Thank you. Jai Jinendra, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'll start with the prayer. Namo Hari Namo Namo Siddhana Namo 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 Chana Namo Samvasam Mokshamargasya Netaram Netaram Karma Vritam Gyataram Vishvatatvana Devatunalati. Jai Jinendra, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. The topic I have chosen is actually on Descartes and a comparative study with Jain philosophy. I have been actually reading this very beautiful comic book. It's called The Cartoon Introduction to Philosophy. It is an illustrated book. And, you know, when I looked at all the philosophers mentioned, it reminded me that we know quite a few of them, that we have been introduced to most of them. Like, so whether it's Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, and before we come to Descartes, I think it is important to like talk a little about the people before him very briefly. So as you all know, philosophy is like the love for wisdom. But what it really tries to get us into is, it is like the love for inquiry, you know, and forever humankind has just always wanted like to, you know, has been in the pursuit of truth. And I think through this course and through this subject, I have really questioned my own belief system. And also it has opened up my mind to alternative points of view, and it also made me realize कि हम शुरू से जो सोचते आ रहे थे, जैसे for example we had Thales who believed that everything was made of water. At one point पूरी दुनिया believe करती थी कि everything is made of water, you know, because एक philosopher ने ये theory आगे की, तो उसके response में भी काफी चीजें आई. So these were the, for Western thought, these were some of the forefathers, you know, who came before Socrates also, who had a lot to say, Heraclitus and all of them. And जब तक Aristotle आए, हमने प्लेटो के बारे में पढ़ा, वो caves allegory, you know, कि what is the truth, what are we seeing inside the cave? You know, when one person turns around is broken free and they see that this is actually, we haven't seen reality, it is a reflection of reality. Why I brought all this up is because we must understand the context in which Descartes was living. It was a time of unrest. There was, the church was really married to, you know, like basically philosophers could not speak against church. They could not question the existence of God, you know, even if they did not believe it. So Descartes, who was a mathematician, he also said, yes, God does exist in a causeless cause form way. But he had a very mechanistic view on life. Descartes was a French philosopher who was actually very unwell. जब वो छोटे थे, उनकी 1 साल की उम्र में उनकी मदर की डेथ हो गई थी, ये हमने क्लास में पढ़ा. और जब वो खुद भी 10 साल के थे, he was very sick and very malnourished. लेकिन एक बात ये सुनने में आती है कि he was not sitting still, he would think a lot. So जब डेकार्ट के बारे में हम सोचते हैं, हमें ये जरूर जानना चाहिए, मतलब याद रखना चाहिए कि वो, उन्होंने सोचने पे बहुत एम्फोसिस दिया था. So can everyone see this slide?
Yes.
Okay. कोई है कि सब चले गए?
हैं.
We are all listening to you.
अच्छा.
Listening, we're trying to roast you in the end.
Oh, okay. So अलका जी, then आप बताएं स्क्रीन में which line in the middle, which line seems bigger to you? Is it A? Is it B?
The middle line in both is same, no? No, A is slightly bigger.
आपको लगता है A bigger है? इंदिरा जी?
ए बिगर है, बी पर एरो के कारण वो बता रहा है कि सब कुछ स्प्रेड आउट होने वाला है।
अच्छा, तो मैं बोल रही हूँ जो साइज है ना लाइन का, A का बड़ा है या B का बड़ा है?
Same है. Narrow अच्छा हो गया, so A is looking big.
ए, हाँ,
Okay, Alka ji, you already knew this. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, basically the point that I was trying to make is if you look at these lines, किसी को भी दिखाओगे, if you show it to your son, he will immediately say A is bigger. Right? It seems so because of some other little alteration. ये छोटा छोटा लगता है, वो बड़ा लगता है, लेकिन actually जो lines हैं वो equal distance की हैं. So the point we are trying to make, Descartes भी बोल रहे हैं हमारे आंखों के सामने जो क्या है हम उसको ट्रस्ट नहीं कर सकते, हम सेंसेस से ट्रस्ट नहीं कर सकते हमें जो दिया जा रहा है, right? So what he did is he emphasized on thinking was the center of everything. In the sense, he said that you cannot keep following what Aristotle or what Socrates or what the people before you have said, because वो उनके beliefs थे, ठीक है, उनके beliefs उनके parents के वजह से आया, उनके neighbors के वजह से आया, उनके influence करता गया है belief system को. तो उनका ये कहना था कि we have to question the beliefs, we have to get to a self-justifying belief which is the basis of the other beliefs that are formed, something which cannot be doubted. In the sense, उनका ये कहना था कि आप सच्चाई तक तब पहुंचोगे जब आप कंफ्यूजन ही नहीं है तो आपको क्या पता आप ट्रूथ पे कैसे पहुंचोगे, right? So he emphasized on the thought process. He was trying to get to like the fundamental belief. It's also called fundamentalism, sorry, foundationalism. And he was trying to get to what is the core beliefs and the fundamental beliefs based on which other knowledge has been built. Okay, और उनका ये कहना था कि the act of thinking itself becomes the first certain truth. तो अगर आपने नोटिस किया होगा, जैसे हमने एरिस्टोटल के बारे में भी पढ़ा, वो काफी उस टाइम स्टेटमेंट्स लिखी जाती थी, ट्रू एंड फॉल्स स्टेटमेंट्स, यू नो, अगर A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A is equal to C. Like that kind of logic. राइट, हम भी करते थे स्याद अस्ति स्याद नस्ति ऐसे ऐसे करके. तो उनका भी ये कहना था कि आई विल कम टू अ ट्रू स्टेटमेंट when I will not have a doubt about that statement, and we will come to that in a bit. But what he was broadly trying to say that I have to depend on my thinking and address my belief system because my senses cannot be relied on. All right, essentially that was the core of what he was saying. And the act of thinking itself was the reason enough to justify the presence of a being, the existence of a thinking mind, right? लेकिन हमारे जैनिज्म में हम क्या कहते हैं, हमने तो ये इन्होंने माइंड बॉडी के डुअलिज्म के बारे में बोला, आएंगे उस पे, और जैनिज्म जीव अजीव के बारे में बात कर रही थी, और उनका जो कॉन्सेप्ट था कि हमें खुद को, जो हम जो श्रद्धा रखते हैं ना कि इट हैज बीन सेड बाय द up the purush, and we believe that soul exists, and then there is dharma, and of course we are learning what was the logic behind all of that. But they were saying there were many kinds of knowledge that you can see through the senses, and then there are the last three knowledges that you can see through atma, through soul, right? That was the concept in Jainism. But Descartes, who came obviously much later, he was saying कि ये सब कुछ नहीं है, मतलब no, he did actually accept soul, because west में usually soul and mind has been used interchangeably, right? So उनका कहना था, ये actually analogy भी आई थी घोड़े की और घोड़सवार की, कि the घोड़ा is the mind and the person who's riding it is the body, and the mind is directing the body to act on things. So re cogitans re res existenza. So body is extended, 3D में जाता है वो, लेकिन जो mind है वो indivisible है. और वही कॉन्शियस है, वही इममटीरियल है और वही सब चीजों को ड्राइव कर रही है। ये हो गया कार्टेशियन डुअलिज्म। कार्टेशियन मतलब इनका एक्चुअली क्या एम था, ही वाज अ मैथमेटिशियन, ही वाज इनटू ज्योमेट्री एंड एवरीथिंग। तो हम जैसे एक्स एक्सिस वाई एक्सिस पे कोऑर्डिनेट्स वगैरह बनाते हैं ना, ये इन्हीं की देन है। तो वो चाहते थे कि फिलोसफी ऑल्सो बिकम्स लाइक as solid as any of the sciences. So that's why he came up this mind body thing, which many people are still studying and have studied. He was one of the first ones to propose that. तो हम तो मन वचन काय की बात तो कर ही रहे हैं, but ये वेस्टर्न फिलोसफी में this was the understanding, right? And in Jainism, unlike Descartes, Jainism is talking that karma is the particulate matter, it has material form, and that is what is keeping the soul in the cycle of life and death within the lokas. Right? So the universe itself is finite, but there are infinite living beings within it. Right? And we have, as living beings, that's what Jainism says, is entangled with matter, right? And it is the karmic matter that decides how the body will be through nam karma and everything, right? And usme jeev, the dualism they are talking about, Jainism is talking about, is jeev and ajeev, right? There is one jeev substance and five ajeev, and karma is what binds it. But on the other hand, Descartes had a very mechanistic view. All right, he did agree on the presence of a god. He said that God is infinite, and just the fact that this thought is there of an infinite being, it can come only from God. It can be endowed upon us only through a being like God. And everything is mechanistic and it is bound by laws of motion and extension. And he would, and also let's remember that he was at a time when, like, if you see the time at which he existed, you know, he's written meditations on first philosophy, and like I mentioned, wo doubt ke through certainty pe aate the. But if you see this comic strip over here, there were a lot of issues at that point, because anyone who would speak against the church, you know, was you know, ma'am, is it true that Socrates was he jailed or was he killed because of his points of view?
Yeah, he was asked to drink poison.
He was poisoned.
He was asked
हाँ,
to drink poison.
he was asked to drink poison. तो
Yeah, and
ऐसा,
end his life.
and end his life. So after this, even Galileo had suffered so much, like much later even.
Yeah,
तो वहां
Homer
पे
to Galileo. Yeah.
exactly. So उस time वो जो भी कहते थे उतना freedom of speech नहीं था, right? So if you question the presence of a god or a divine being like that, हमारे में तो Jainism में divine beings रहते हैं, hellish beings हैं, all this. But in the West, if you could, it was a very Catholic driven setup. So if you questioned it, one could get into trouble, right? So, although do remember that during Aristotle's time and everything, if you see that 400 BC wala period is also called the axial age, because then there was so much of philosophy and logic and discussion happening, not just here, but across the globe. And Nalanda was like a beautiful university where people used to come from Greece and everywhere to discuss all of this. And now also we are in a time where all these things are questioned, and a lot of things we're trying to say, you know, we are not able to say very freely. So the point I was getting at is, like, let's also not forget the political social context within which all these philosophers existed. And you will notice there are no women philosophers that we are studying, because all the male philosophers are considered canon. But I'm sure there were women with their points of view, but that was a setup. So this was predominantly the schools of thought that people believed in, right? There is this. So, yeah, and so Descartes believed that, you know, all living bodies, even animals, they function like a machine, right? If you look at a leaf, it is like a solar panel. वो बस अपना काम कर रही है, उसमें सोल वोल नहीं है, वो लाइट रिसीव कर रही है, फूड प्रोसेस कर रहा है, और वो लॉज ऑफ मोशन फिजिक्स वगैरह को इंक्लूड करती है उसमें, right? So and that's why, because he was also a mathematician and he believed in rational thought, he was considered one of the early rational thinkers of our time from the West. Yeah. And he sought to make philosophy as certain as geometry, using reason, deduction, and mathematics. Even deductive reasoning that we learned with Aristotle and everything, that is also, every statement you build is on the basis of a truth that can be validated. So उसी को लेके उन्होंने थोड़ा अलग अपना ये बनाया, that God is infinite, God is perfect and eternal, omniscient, and is the causeless cause of all existence. But in Jainism, we believe all of existence was always here and will always be. It was not created, it will not be destroyed. And godliness or Bhagwan concept is a state, the purest form of the living being, the substance. The living substance, ka purest form is that of Bhagwan. Meaning it is so free, when it's free of karmic matter, it finds itself at home in Siddhashila, which is a particular part of the universe, and where it shows certain qualities of infinite bliss and infinite knowledge, like Keval Gyan and all that, right? And of course, how to become that God, the pure soul, it depends on the time and era that you are in, kaun se are mein ho, and which part of the universe you are in, right? So if you are in Mahavidesh Kshetra, there is fourth time आ रहा, वहां से आपको मोक्ष मिल सकता है. It's not, it's got conditions, right? And here the idea of God by Descartes was that, you know, the idea of God, he felt, cannot come from the human mind. It cannot come from a finite being. The very concept of it. So he said that there must be an existence of a God, but वो थे, बट उनका हमारी डेली अफेयर से लेना देना नहीं है. उन्होंने ये भी एम्फोसाइज किया है that he exists, but he does not indulge in our everyday life. So basically, coming back to what you were saying, he was like, I can doubt that. So basically, think of any statement, right? Any statement. He believed that unless the statement was of mathematical nature, right, it would not be true, right? So you have to come to a fundamental belief, a fundamental idea, which cannot be contested. And so he arrived at, I can doubt that I exist. So you can't doubt that you exist, because the very act of doubting means there is a doubter, right? So that is how he proved that this conclusion was that I exist. And for him, I is the thinking mind, the very act of thinking, right? So that we can call the soul, but that is what he emphasized on. So again, he did not believe in what the sensorial beliefs were saying. He was saying the mind is driving the body to act, right? His process was through the act of doubting. And the most important thing that we have to grasp about him is, you know, we say cogito ergo sum, which is a very popular saying, and we will write it in our exams, that I think, therefore I am. But the actual origin, full form is dubito ergo cogito. I doubt, therefore I think. I think, therefore I am. Right? So my existence is based on doubting. अगर आप शुरू से ही बोलोगे मुझे सब कुछ पता है, तो उसको आप चैलेंज ही नहीं कर रहे हो. तो जब तक आप उसको चैलेंज नहीं करोगे, डाउट नहीं करोगे, तो यहाँ पे ये रह जाएगा. तो माइंड बॉडी का पूरा प्ले है अकॉर्डिंग टू हिम. एंड that's I would actually be concluding here, and I will be taking all your questions, and you're most welcome to roast me also. But it made me think what the women of that time were thinking, and it also encouraged me to write my own thing, although it is not philosophical. I felt like writing this And so I'm sharing this. I don't know from an exam point of view if it matters, but I feel that, that we are bound, that no matter what we say, the times that we are in, we are bound by a lot of things happening in the background, within society, in politics, within the economy, right? And all that we write and think and learn is in that back. It's not really free of that context, because our realities are being shaped. How I look at things, how a rag picker looks at things, how a privileged person looks at things is different now, right? If I would like to quote, I don't have it verbatim, but Aldous Huxley, who's written Perennial Philosophy, and he's also written this collection of essays called Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. There, he's written an essay called Sadness, Madness, and Badness. And he wrote this in the 19th century. He said, आप जितनी भी philosophy लिख लो, एक टाइम ऐसा आएगा फ्यूचर में, और हम 21st century में हैं, where we have so much information. We have all the philosophy from way in the past, and we have all the speculative narratives that are coming about the future, right? We have so much that it will lead to narcosis dysfunction, that the way we are functioning itself will not be correct. And it will lead to what he said, it will lead to sadness, madness, badness. So how we can prevent that is what the philosophers of our time could think about. And that's where I feel Jain knowledge mein jo karma ka theory hai, if we revisit some of its practical applications, could address how we should look at philosophy in the future also. So that is about it. Thank you so much for listening. Stay curious, and I'm ready for your questions.
Congratulations, Simarji. It was a very beautiful presentation, and your slides were very nice.
Thank
Well
you.
decorated, very creative, very innovative. So it was a very wonderful presentation. And I would like to emphasize on few of the points that you have mentioned. Like you mentioned about the foundationalism, and also you have compared the Syadvad and the doubting theory of Descartes. So that looks very interesting. Also, you compared about the Jiva, Ajiva with the mind and matter. So that is again a different perspective that we have already looked, but the way you have told to us looks very insightful. Also, the knowledge through Atma, that means the inner senses you talked about, the inner senses, the intuitive knowledge is also important. But Descartes has always focused more on the certainty. And when we look into the intuition, the intuitive knowledge, we are not at all like assured that it is a certain knowledge or not. But because most of the rishis and the ancient people, the ancient ages, they were looking in for the intuition as a very resourceful, or we can say that very precise form of knowledge. So of course we can also have a look into it. Also, you have given the horse example, horse as a mind, and this person riding on it as a body. So that was also very thoughtful. You also explained about the mechanistic science, this Descartes concept as a mechanistic science. So I want to hear more on that. And the example that you have given about Nalanda University free will, like Nalanda University would provide all the platforms so that people can question, they can inquire, they can have a curiosity on different topics. So all these things I literally enjoyed. So that's that was a very thoughtful presentation. Also, you have said something about the inquiry, then you have told about the pursuit of truth, then questioning the belief system. That is very much important for today's era. And we know that we are not free to do that. We know the limitations. And you mentioned about the deductive reasoning. So I would first like to know more about the deductive reasoning, that what you understand by deductive reasoning. Second thing, if you are okay with question one by one, then it is fine. Otherwise, I can just tell you question all of a time. What you will prefer.
आप बताइए, ma'am. But before, so you wanted to know about deductive reasoning and what else?
Yeah, like deductive reasoning in the sense of not in the sense of Aristotle, but in the sense of Descartes. Do
Okay.
you have any idea on it?
I mean, I haven't precisely read it because I read it in the context of what has been coming for a very long time, right? Because Aristotelian thinking ran for many years, and he's come now. I mean, Nalanda was long gone
Yeah.
when Descartes entered the scene, right? So he was, in fact, a part of the army and everything also. So what I learned is, like, again, like, for example, oh, you had mentioned give examples. So for example, you may say that Simar is a woman, women are mortal, so Simar is mortal, right?
Mhm.
That kind of logic people would talk about.
Hmm.
But then there are also times when you have statements which will lead to an answer which is not true,
Hmm.
although the statements may seem true. So what he was saying, that you should take the mathematical point of view and the logical, something that is verifiable as a truth, and only then can you build the premise. So if he wrote down many statements, he wrote that that I doubt that I exist
Hmm.
is not true, because he doesn't doubt that he exists, because he is present and he is in his thinking mind doubting. He's in the act of doubting, and that act of doubting cannot exist without a doubter. So the fundamental then belief became that I exist. So
Yeah.
that way.
All right. Very nice. You at the last you have given us a very different insight on one of the courses on karmic counseling.
Yes.
Would you like to reflect more on this? Like, what is this karmic counseling? How we can implement this kind of courses in our curriculum, and is it going to be effective for the students?
Sure.
And in what
Ma'am,
sense?
this slide was actually diverging from the syllabus and all, but I saw you question everyone and encourage everyone कि आपको क्या मिला इससे. So I reflected on it and I realized we've actually studied karmic counseling,
Yep.
and we studied these 8 types of karma, and but in a way which is not like our teacher Pooja ma'am. She didn't push it like a Jain concept, right? But she pushed it more like a like abstract way of understanding what's going on with us and how to come back to ourselves and not blame others for what is going on, not blame a god, not blame others, but to take control and
Okay.
bring the power back to the self. So how to step into your own power and say, okay, I'm going through this because of my own deeds and actions and everything. And so if you see from the horse and analogy here, it comes back to the human soul, which says that I must bring my senses and my mind into control. Because even in Jain, the self-actualization we're talking about does not happen in the absence of senses and all that. We need mati, shruti, gyan. We need all of that to be getting keval gyan, you know. So I felt like it's a process, and for me, to be very honest, um like I now firm a lot of things in Jainism have become more clearer to me looking at other philosophies, because a lot of things do feel incomplete, right? And it makes me question logically that why must we believe in an omniscient being, right? Why? So those questions also did come up. So all in all, the karmic counseling as a subject, because I was just reflecting on that way of looking. No, philosophy is a way of seeing, way of looking at things, and even questioning our and justifying our ways of seeing. So I felt that coming back to the self was incredible.
Okay. Very
And
nice.
and in this world where we are consuming so much and we are running after material things, like another thing I learned from you, ma'am, actually, every time you talk about a philosophy, you talk about it that is the truth, right? Like हमारे में ये होता है कि if I was to start this presentation, I'll say, ma'am, वेस्ट ने तो आत्मा को समझा ही नहीं, उस स्पेस और मैटर को, माइंड को ही, मन को ही लेके बैठे रह गए. ठीक है, I would have started like that. But now I've learned to see, okay, for that time and that belief system, that context, what was the thought that was going around. So to see it without those filters, I think, was very useful in the comparative religion subject.
True, very true. And very beautifully you have mentioned this point. So coming back to the question, I wanted to understand about, you said something that Descartes mentioned about the mechanistic science. So if the science is so mechanistic, how we can reach towards a certainty? Is there a way?
Yes, because it can be verified again and again. The mechanistic view is the view that made sense to him because it can be tested and verified and observed.
So that means if some culture has been practiced like long back and it is still being practiced, so can it be considered as a truth? Any culture, any stereotypical thing also?
No, I mean, it could be
Hmm.
partly true, but
Hmm.
it has to be questioned. So his view was like what science actually, for example, doesn't talk about the non-material, for example. A lot of scientists don't talk about it. Even now, हम matter or space, time continuum के बारे में बात करते हैं, soul, consciousness, ये सब में ज़्यादा वो देते नहीं. But this was one person who looked at not just the body, but something more, mind, which was present. And it was not extendable like the body was, but the mind wasn't. And he did also mention that how the body mind interact are in the pineal gland. And that also, ma'am, I did some research. The pineal gland is actually produces a chemical called dimethyltryptamine. When we are born, the pineal gland actually generates high quantities of DMT, dimethyltryptamine. And then it also, when we die, it produces a whole lot of that. So काफी लोगों का ये मानना रहा है, जैसे the Shaivites also call it the third eye. वेद परंपरा में the pineal gland, the third eye. वो चक्रा के नाम से, कोई चक्रा के नाम से भी जाना गया है. And then Sahasrara, there are different chakras, and this is one of one key one, right? So now research is showing that DMT is released all across the body and not necessarily there. It is showing that meditation and yoga, like yoga as in not how Jains understand, but yoga as in the exercise and all, can generate more DMT, right? So there is some truth to it. But with today's knowledge, it has already been said ki nahi, it is not a complete view. But there is definitely some truth to what he was talking about.
Okay, quite like it makes sense.
And ma'am, there is in the Native American tradition, there is the Lakota people who do this ceremony called the ayahuasca ceremony, and that medicine actually contains helps release a lot of DMT in the system, and people have visionary experiences, and they all worship a dual nature, which is mother and father. Okay, they say father sky and mother earth. They worship that, and they find that kind of dualism in their point of view, and they use this for healing.
All right. It was a very intellectual discussion, I think, but we don't have time. Yeah? Really? We don't have much time, isn't it? Everyone? कहाँ गए सब लोग?
अब सो गए.
सो नहीं गए. सब है यहाँ पे? मीनाक्षी जी, सविता जी, सब है?
यस मैम, है, सब हैं, सुन रहे हैं बहुत अच्छे
टाइम है
से.
हमारे पास?
सब है मैम. आपने मैम कल क्या भेजा था वो क्लियर नहीं है.
वो उसके बारे में बात करते हैं. अभी टाइम है हमारे पास डिस्कशंस कंटिन्यू करने के लिए.
2:10 हो गया आज.
आपकी क्लास है?
लो.
नेक्स्ट क्लास है?
पता नहीं मैम.
क्योंकि मुझे सिमर जी से बहुत क्वेश्चंस पूछने थे, बट मुझे टाइम का ही मतलब कांस्टेंट लग रहा है, तो मैं वही आप लोग से जानना चाहती हूँ कि टाइम.
A quick question from an exam point of view. If we talk about his doubting, the Cartesian doubt, and if we talk about उनका जो mind body का concept and compare it to Jain concept, is that enough?
वैसे तो अभी आपने बोला कि नथिंग इज इनफ, क्योंकि सर्टेनिटी पहुंचने में टाइम लगता है. सो या वी नीड टू गिव अ थॉट, लाइक वी नीड टू थिंक अ लॉट ऑन दिस. एंड जहां तक अभी तक की बात है कंपैरिजन में, तो आप लोग तो परफेक्ट कर रहे हो, उसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है। ओके, बट हाँ उसमें और आप ऐड ऑन कर सकते हो, कुछ साइंटिफिक एस्पेक्ट डाल सकते हो, कुछ सोशल एस्पेक्ट डाल सकते हो, जिससे कि उसमें कुछ डिफरेंट एंगल दिख सके। तो उसमें सिर्फ कंपैरिजन स्पिरिचुअल एस्पेक्ट में ही हम लोग लेके चल रहे हैं, जैसे कर्मा थ्योरी है तो सिर्फ इन्होंने ये बोला उन्होंने ये बोला, बस ये ही एस्पेक्ट से लेके चल रहे हैं। उसको कंटेम्प्रेरी एस्पेक्ट से कंपेयर कर ही नहीं रहे कि कंटेम्प्रेरी में किसका कितना प्रभाव है, बुद्धिज्म का कितना प्रभाव है, जैनिज्म का कितना प्रभाव है, उस एंगल में हम लोग कंपेयर नहीं कर पा रहे। तो शायद उतने तक पहुंचने के लिए हमें और रिसर्च करना पड़ेगा, बट स्टिल अभी तक जितना करे दैट इज सफिशिएंट, बट वी कैन गो मोर देन व्हाट वी आर डूइंग। समझ आ रहा है सबको? अभी जो कर रहे हैं कंपैरिजन उससे ज्यादा कर सकते हैं अगर हम उसमें ये सारे एंगल्स पे ऐड करें। इज इट क्लियर?
मैम उसके लिए तो हमको बहुत पढ़ना भी पड़ेगा ना
पढ़ना
अभी
तो
तो।
पड़ेगा, मैं इसलिए बोल रही हूँ, इसीलिए मैंने बोला कि अभी तक आप लोग जो कर रहे हो अच्छा है, बट मैं ये नहीं बोलूंगी कि बहुत अच्छा है, क्योंकि अगर बहुत अच्छा करना है तो ये जो पॉइंट ऑफ व्यूज है, जैसे कि अभी सिमर जी ने भी ऐड किया, कुछ साइंटिफिक एंगल उसमें ऐड किया, तो ऐसे अगर आप लोग करोगे तो बहुत अच्छा है। और इसलिए तो हाँ बहुत मतलब ये बात तो श्योर है कि पढ़ना तो पड़ेगा, इसका
राइट।
मेरे पास कोई एग्जिट नहीं है, इसका कोई सेकेंड ऑप्शन नहीं है, पढ़ना तो पड़ेगा।
बिल्कुल
पढ़ने से
बिल्कुल।
तो अच्छा ही ना, नॉलेज बढ़ता है, प्लस वही चीज को हम अपने प्रेजेंटेशन में ले सकते हैं, अगर हम कहीं एज अ स्पीकर जाते हैं तो हाँ हम बता सकते हैं, अगर कोई
यस
हमसे कोई क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है तो उसका आंसर कर सकते हैं, तो पढ़ना इज नेवर ए बैड आइडिया।
यस मैम, ये तो है ही है, पढ़ना तो है ही है।
हाँ, बट ये अच्छा है कि आप लोग को एक डायरेक्शन मिल रहा है कि आपको किस प्रकार से पढ़ना है और कितना
हाँ।
पढ़ना है, वो डायरेक्शन आपको मिल रहा है ना अभी से। तो ये बहुत अच्छा है आपके रिसर्च के लिए, आपको एक रिसर्च माइंडसेट डेवलप करने के लिए ये पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू बहुत अच्छा है।
हम्म।
आपको समझ आ रहा है ना अभी कि आगे हमको कैसे लेके चलना है, अगर कोई भी पॉइंट में हम आर्ग्यूमेंट रख रहे हैं तो किस प्रकार से रखना है, इतनी क्लैरिटी आपकी हो रही है, तो दैट इज अ वेरी गुड थिंग, है ना?
यस मैम।
हाँ, ओके देन। आप लोग की आई थिंक सो क्लास हो सकती है हेमा मैम की, राइट?
नहीं, हेमा मैम की तो नहीं है मैम आज।
नहीं है तो फिर कहाँ गए सिमर जी?
मैं
आप लोग भी
यही
कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछिए।
I'm ready for the roast.
या दैट्स व्हाट, मैं भी उसके लिए वेट कर रही हूँ कि बाकी सब क्वेश्चंस कब पूछेंगे, मेरे क्वेश्चंस तो बहुत सारे हैं, मैंने भी कुछ भी नहीं पूछा है, आई हैव रिटन मोर देन लाइक 2 pages। so I have to ask a lot of question, but बाकी लोग भी पूछिए क्वेश्चंस, then we can have a really good discussion on this western philosophy and Descartes के concepts। अगर उसमें और कुछ रिसर्च एंगल लाना है तो that is also we can bring। कहाँ गए इंदिरा जी, पूछिए कुछ सवाल।
मैम
मैम
आप ही
आप भी
पूछिए
पूछ
ना।
लीजिए।
हाँ
मैं
मैम
तो
बहुत।
पूछ रही हूँ, मैं और भी पूछूंगी, बट अभी आपके भी दिमाग में कुछ क्वेश्चंस आया, जैसे कि आपने मुझे पूछा था वो कर्मा का, और वो एनालॉजी जो इन्होंने बताया हॉर्स एंड वो पर्सन सिटिंग ऑन द हॉर्स, वो भी आप पूछ सकते हो उससे रिलेटेड भी, क्योंकि आपने ही वो क्वेश्चन पूछा था ना कि आपको वो एग्जाम्पल समझ नहीं आया। इंदिरा जी आपने ही पूछा था,
यस
राइट?
मैम।
हाँ, तो आप इनको भी पूछ सकते हैं, सिमर जी को भी पूछ सकते हैं कि वो एग्जाम्पल का क्या मतलब बनता है। ठीक है, नेक्स्ट।
मैम
पूछिए पूछिए, पूछने के लिए कोई रोक टोक नहीं, जैसे सिमर जी ने बोला ना कि हम इंक्वायरी नहीं करते, तो हमारे डाउट्स डाउट्स ही रह जाते, है ना, जब हम क्वेश्चंस
मैम
करेंगे तभी तो।
मैम
हम्म।
एक्चुअली आप पूछिए तो उससे हमारा नॉलेज भी बढ़ जाएगा मैम, जिस तरीके से आप पूछ रहे हैं और
नहीं
सिमर
तो
जी
वो
रिप्लाई
तरीका
कर रही
आपको
ना।
भी लर्न करना है ना, क्वेश्चन जो
या
पूछना है,
हाँ।
क्योंकि फिलोसफी ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है, जब तक हम उसमें क्वेश्चंस नहीं पूछेंगे तब तक हम उसको डेवलप नहीं कर पाएंगे।
यस
अगर
मैम।
हमें फिलोसफी कंपैरेटिव थॉट्स को डेवलप करना है तो वी नीड टू आस्क अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस।
एक्चुअली मैम हमारा जो कोर्स है ना वो एक्चुअली टेबल इज जो हमने बनाया नहीं अभी इज अ वेरी गुड वे ऑफ ट्रैकिंग थिंग्स लाइक द मॉडल ऑफ रियलिटी कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ गॉड। यहाँ पे वो बोल रहे हो गॉड नहीं है, दैट वे बुद्धिस्ट भी बोल रहे हैं गॉड नहीं है, लेकिन वो बोलते हैं बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज टेम्पररी नथिंग इज परमानेंट। In that way nothing exists in from one point of view. And then there is Nietzsche who was saying, who wrote Antichrist, and he said God is dead,
या
and he got into a lot of trouble for that. So
यस।
I feel like a lot of a big reason why I took up Jain studies was to be able to work with the Jain community. And now I'm realizing the community has nothing to do with the philosophy. अगर आप community को देखोगे तो philosophy समझोगे ही नहीं, है ना? Because वो सब religions में ऐसे है. कुछ चीजें हैं जो रह गई हैं, जैसे habits, how we eat, how we do that. But then there are some things which हमें बड़ों ने सिखाया तो हम वो करते ही आ रहे हैं. Without reflection on what is this Namokar mantra, why am I doing this ritual? Why, without that reflection, we keep doing it. So, philosophy as a subject makes you stop and question. And Anekantavad is actually the most beautiful tool. And I think the biggest contribution of Jain philosophy to the contemporary times is Anekantavad. I mean, I haven't fully grasped it, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
But that shows that through which religion has built a tool to question itself, you know. And I feel I'm appreciating Jain philosophy a lot more now through the comparative studies. So
That is very nice, very true.
और इसमें ये भी मैंने देखा, ये जो थे ना देकार्त, वो स्केप्टिक थे, वो कोई चीज को मानना ही नहीं चाहते थे. और कुछ लोग होते हैं जो डॉगमेटिक होते हैं, जो मतलब श्रद्धा है उनकी तो वो नहीं हटेगी फिर, है ना? तो वो भी प्रॉब्लमेटिक है. सो द मेन थिंग इज दैट इफ वी आर एबल टू क्वेश्चन, then it means we're not attached to our ideas. Then we will come to a newer truth.
Point of views.
Maybe through another path we'll come to the same conclusion, and then we'll be more certain.
Right. True. हाँ जी, तो इतना अभी हमारे पास डिस्कशन आ गया है रिगार्डिंग क्वेश्चंस, तो पूछिए क्वेश्चंस. कोई नहीं पूछेगा तो फिर मैं पूछूंगी, बट आप भी पूछिए कुछ तो अच्छा रहेगा.
मैम आप ही पूछिए.
ओके, ठीक है, मैं देखती हूँ क्वेश्चंस. ऑलराइट. ठीक है, मेरे पास लाइक आई वाज थिंकिंग अबाउट डेकार्ट्स concept of certainty. Descartes always mentioned about certainty, and that is why he relied more on the mathematical principles. But when we look towards the Jain philosophy, here we have the multiple aspects of the things. We see the things from the multiple point of views. We don't rely on one certain fact, one certain thing, but we see the things as a different viewpoint. So when we compare both this aspect of Descartes' absolute certainty and Jain perspectives, ideas of conditional truth, so can we see any kind of what we can say? Is there any compatibility between this Jain theory and this Descartes concept?
Ma'am, it's like I haven't reflected fully on this, but I would say something that the pursuit of philosophy is towards truth, right? And with Anekantavad, there is a paradox, which is that absolute truth cannot be known. It's non-absolutism. Absolute truth cannot be known unless perceived by an omniscient mind.
Yeah.
So there is a paradox there कि है भी और नहीं भी. So there is this idea of non-absolutism, that there is a context in Jain philosophy that says that we are in that time that there is nobody here, no being here who knows it all. And what we know is from our masters who are now Siddh, and they're gone, and we are not going to get there until we are at the right time space. And what Descartes was saying, that he was talking about a dualism which allowed for removal of doubt, because as long as there is doubt, truth is defined in a doubtless way. Is the absence of doubt is the presence of truth. So he's talking about that kind of certainty. So if anything can be doubted, whether I'm a man or a woman these days, you cannot tell with what you're wearing or how you're speaking. I call on the phone, a lot of people say, hello, sir. because I have a very deep voice. So I say, hello. And they're like, hello, sir. Yes. What do you want? And I say, no, this is ma'am. They're like, yes, sir. Please say. So it's like you cannot, truths are subjective that way. And they keep changing also. Right. So in terms of, he had a very scientific temperament and he wanted to fix things. Right. Descartes had a very scientific way of approaching things. And my sneaking suspicion is that he admitted to a causeless cause of a god, because if he denied the presence of a god, he'd probably be persecuted or something. So he probably did not go against the church of that time, is my guess. But he did also clearly say that it doesn't have a role to play in your everyday, and you must question your thinking and build statements and build points of view that you're certain about.
True. So certainty was the main point of
मैम एक
Descartes.
क्वेश्चन पूछ सकती हूँ मैम?
हाँ जी, 2 क्वेश्चन पूछिए. Yes.
नहीं, डेकार्ट आत्मा के बारे में क्या सोचते हैं इस समय?
सॉरी,
आत्मा के बारे में डेकार्ट क्या सोचते हैं?
आत्मा के बारे में तो वो इंटरचेंजेबली माइंड को ही बोलते हैं. वेस्ट में यूजुअली हमने नोटिस किया है कि वो माइंड एंड सोल को इंटरचेंजेबली यूज करते हैं. वो तो सोल को मानते हैं, बट वो जैसे हमने बोला हुआ है ना, सोल है और उसका एक मन है. यहाँ पे वो उन्होंने मतलब थोड़ा इतनी क्लियरली डिफाइन नहीं किया है.
मतलब वो
Right.
आत्मा को नहीं मानते हैं?
आत्मा को मानते हैं, क्योंकि मैंने मैम की क्लासेस में भी सुना था, व्हेन शी वाज एक्सप्लेनिंग शी वाज सेइंग सोल, बिकॉज इन्होंने क्लास के शुरू में ही बोला था दैट वेस्ट में सोल को, माइंड को, कॉन्शियसनेस को एक साथ ही बोलते हैं. हम ही हैं जिन्होंने बोला नहीं, सोल एक तत्व है, मतलब एक द्रव्य है, उस चेतना उसकी क्वालिटी है, ऐसे ऐसे करके हमने एक्सप्लेन किया, उसका लक्षण है ना. तो यहाँ पे वैसे उन्होंने बोला है कि हाँ, नॉन मटेरियल है माइंड, है ना, लेकिन उन्होंने थिंकिंग पे फोकस किया है.
तो इसका मतलब वो पुनर्जन्म को मानते हैं या नहीं मानते हैं?
आई एम नॉट अवेयर ऑफ दैट एक्चुअली. आई एम नॉट
मैं
अवेयर ऑफ दैट. बट
मैम
वो
मानते
ये
हैं?
मानते हैं कि सब कुछ भगवान ने शुरू किया, बट इन द सेंस बस शुरू करके छोड़ दिया, अब इंगेज नहीं कर रहे हैं हमारे साथ, और हमारे में वो इनफाइनाइट बीइंग का एक नॉलेज डाल दिए. डेकार्ट उसको मानते थे.
जाना किससे है?
Simar ji, you mentioned something about the leaves, that they does not have soul. Are
I'm
we-
saying, I was giving an example of what a mechanistic view looks like. And a lot of scientists also do that,
Mhm.
right? They look at a tree, they're saying it's a machine, it's pumping up water, it's distributing water, it's working with light. That is the scientific temperament thing. It's only recently they're calling it living beings,
Mhm.
right? But in the East, we have looked at life very differently. Even if you look at art,
Mhm.
like they were drawing mostly humans and portraits and big sculptures and all. हमारे में लाइफ के बारे में होता था, कॉम्प्लेक्स चीजों के बारे में होता था. हम पत्रों में भी जो ड्राइंग करते थे, छोटी सी ड्राइंग, और मतलब इट वाज कॉमिक्स, राइट? वी वर इनटू दैट. But we got, of course, over time, we have influenced the West. West has influenced us. There has been an intermingling of knowledge. But what I meant by mechanistic view is the scientific view, which was very much Descartes' temperament.
So you mean to say that when you were mentioning about leaves, I think you have taken the examples from Descartes itself, which has mentioned that leaves and all these beings does not have thinking soul. You might be mentioning about the thinking soul. Is it?
I actually did not know that he said the same thing.
And when we see the Jainism, they believe that everything has a jiva. Everything is conscious. Like everything contains some form of consciousness.
No. No, it says that all that contains consciousness is living, and
Yeah.
other things that don't, like time, space,
that is
motion,
other concept.
do not contain. हाँ, और सम्यक दर्शन यही होता है, अगर आप जीव और अजीव के डिफरेंस को जान सको, और जो जितने, अगर आप कर्म को समझते हो ना, then you have the correct vision according to Jain thought.
So, if we are trying to see consciousness as something that is available in the जीवा में consciousness है, ऐसा आप बोल रहे हो. ओके, तो ये कॉन्शियसनेस जो है, क्या इसमें ये कैपेसिटी होता है टू थिंक, और इट इज
Yes.
डिवॉइड ऑफ थिंकिंग?
No, in the Jain thing, they say जीव का लक्षण ही चेतना है. तत्वार सूत्र में ऐसे बोलते हैं कि that is the sign of, it is a substance. We know all these substances have common features. They exist. They have modes. They show, like, they demonstrate a beginning, a continuation, and a cessation. That's why we know they are substances, and they're real, and they are sat, and they exist. And what makes them different is the features, like consciousness, which makes it the Jeev Astikai. And then there is the Ajiv Astikai, which does not. And within that also, there are some which are extendable, some that are not. Some, like Pudgal, matter, will have specific of features of smell, taste, this and that, right? So, yeah, so that is, there's a difference there. They don't think everything is alive.
Okay, all right. Now, in contemporary times, we are mostly talking about how we can make the world more tolerant, because we have a lot of conflicts between religious, their dialogues, their traditions. And if we look into this both perspectives, that is Descartes' concepts of doubting and Jainism concept of Syadvad, we see some form of relief. Yeah. So can we make the world more tolerant by accepting all these ideologies? And if yes, then how we can proceed for it?
Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely. I think it is a very humbling realization when you accept that no one here knows it all. That you may be a teacher, we are students, but you don't know it all. We don't know it all. We are in this journey. You're sharing with us what you've learned, what you've explored. You've spent so much time in a subject. That's why you're on the pedestal and sharing that with us, right? But in reality, no one here knows it all, right? And if I may give an alternative point of view, you may be accepting of it. If you knew that reality, that truth, that premise, that here no one knows it all, right? That so Anekantavad Syadvad, definitely, ma'am, definitely. Because from a Jain point of view, I think one very good thing I've learned is I'm a very emotional person. And I take decisions like that also sometimes, and that's problematic. So I'm learning how to maintain equanimity, which even Buddhism is that way talking about, right? So I think if we are equanimous generally in life, it's a good trait to have, so that we can listen to others' views without taking it personally. So taking anything personally, taking anything too seriously has been problematic, actually. And the problems of contemporary life, ma'am, is that we are driven by selfish ambition. We are not really thinking, forget about the rest of life. We're not even thinking about other humans, right? So it's come down to a very narrow way of being, and we can see that even in how we live. In our houses, even in the houses, there's one apartment के अंदर एक कमरे को दरवाजा बंद करके ऐसे isolate हो गए हम, है ना? तो उसमें I think it was John Donne who said that nothing lives in isolation. It's all connected to the grid. And I think that's where study of metaphysics also is so beautiful, right? Because it, like logic will give you a reason, epistemology will get you to question your view, metaphysics will give you, understanding of reality. And of course, there's also axiology, which is studying aesthetics and beauty and art and everything. And I feel together all of this can make it very beautiful, given whatever the context we are in. If we can see it in a detached way and develop this kind of thinking, which is a complex way. And sometimes I feel like, yes, you use your intellectual mind, but also find non-intellectual ways of looking at it. What does it mean to see from the perspective of Atma? Right? That is the intriguing. So I feel, yes, especially now with what is happening, we saw these blasts. We don't know if they were real, if they were plugged. We don't know, with fake news, the nation wants to know things, and with the current surveillance and how stories are being fed to us and everything. Of course, if we don't read, if we don't question, how will we develop a point of view? Then what is this human life? If we are not, but I'm also realizing that intellectualism hasn't got anybody everywhere. It's a combination of things. Nothing is black and white. And it is said that we are living in VUCA times, which is volatile, which is growing more and more uncertain, which is growing more complex, which is growing more ambiguous. So it is all the more important to think about what has been thought and said before us. And there's a lot of speculative research also that is happening to where are we headed. All those things can help us be more future ready now, basically.
The best thing that you have said right now is that we have to stop thinking from the external perspectives, that means from the senses, and we have to start thinking from the inner perspective, that is our inner soul. So that is the most beautiful thing I liked about this today, your answer. Is there any way or methods to start knowing the things from the inner world? Because we are mostly seeing the things from the external, that yeah, we can see that and we know that it is beautiful, or we know that it is not good, and then we start acting on it. Yeah, suppose you're going to eat something to a good place, and you found that the place is really nice, then you will go inside and then you will sit and you will eat. But if the place it does not look good, then you will change your decision. Okay, it doesn't matter that what others have said, but because you have seen that, and therefore you're taking your decisions. You are taking the decisions on the basis of external senses. Mostly it happens to most of us. Yeah, to every one of us. Even for giving feedback or something, you see it from the external perspective, and then you take the decisions. So in this decision-making concept, you are saying that we have to start thinking from the soul.
Yes, ma'am.
It's very difficult, how we can do.
Ma'am, it's like intuition. It's like activating intuition. It is like when something presents to us, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a very personalized insight, actually. Through art, you want to perceive from the soul, start singing. So I feel like walking, drawing, there is so much. In fact, walking slowly, जैसे वो Jainism में भी बोलते हैं, you have to watch a few feet. About it is not just about ahimsa. There is a lot deeper truths there. Something else is activated when you are so aware, right? In Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, there are 112 techniques. There's no philosophy there. It's all practice. There, it's like staring into a flower, becoming the flower. I've done some workshops on that. And I realized that we are not even ready for the beauty. हम तो बोलते हैं सेंसेस को, लेकिन हम सेंसेस भी नहीं यूज कर रहे हैं ठीक तरह. भूख भी लगती है तो आंख से वो कैसा लग रहा है प्लेट, right? But if we ate with the eyes closed, we'll eat a lot lesser. So what it means to be a sensorial being is also not true anymore, it feels like. So to see from a non-intellectual way, I think we can even be in the presence of people who are on the autism spectrum. I think that is the best way, because they are really connected, I feel. They are the real gifts, who are experiencing everything in a non-intellectual way, and there are many ways of learning, but it's a seed. It's a seed to say, what would it mean to see from the view of the soul, or how to perceive the world in a non-intellectual way. So dance, sing, write, make music. There's so much. Sit in
Basically, relive
silence.
your passions, the hobbies that you have left behind.
Yes. इसमें भी जैनिज्म कहेगा कि कर्म बंद होंगे. And but I feel that there is a payoff to it. Like intentions should be good and clear, and I think all of philosophy is trying to give you a way of seeing,
Yeah.
which is not borrowed. It is
Yes.
your own. And I think mine is slightly autistic, but it is what it is.
Very beautiful about this the concept था कि while walking also you have to be very much observant about your steps. So this is a meditation, and you have very rightly said कि meditation ही तो है, not just about ahimsa, but it is also about you. So
बिल्कुल.
that's very nice. यहाँ पे बाकी भी जो है सविता जी कुछ एड ऑन करना चाहते हैं इंदिरा जी.
बहुत
नहीं
अच्छा
मैम बहुत अच्छे से बताया उन्होंने.
बहुत अच्छा. लास्ट वाला तो अच्छा था, शानदार चीजें बताई है, एक्स्ट्रा
हाँ,
ऑर्डिनरी.
अनएक्सपेक्टेडली इतनी सारी चीजें ऐसे निकल निकल के आ रही ना सिमर जी से फुट फुट के, पर ऐसा लग रहा है कि कहाँ पे वो स्टोर करके रखा है, ऐसे ज्ञान का खदान जो बोलते हैं ना हम लोग, स्टोर हाउस बना के रखा है उन्होंने ज्ञान का.
नहीं, बहुत कुछ लर्न किया एक्चुअली. हम लोग तो चलो ठीक है उस बैकग्राउंड से हैं, बट सीमा जी ने एक्चुअली देखो तो बहुत कुछ सीखा है ये क्लास से, एमए की क्लास से, रियली.
एंड वो लाइफ से भी बहुत कुछ सीख रहे हैं, मतलब वो क्लासेस करते, इतने सारे कोर्सेज करते हैं, इतने एक्टिव है कि वो लेक्चर्स भी देते हैं, प्लस अपने जो प्रोफेशनल लेवल पे भी वो इतने एक्टिव है. मैं उनके बारे में ज्यादा जानती तो नहीं हूँ, बट मुझे अभी तक जितना समझ आ रहा है मुझे पता है कि शी इज वेरी एक्टिव एंड बहुत ही जो बोलते हैं ना
सबसे
मल्टीपल
बड़ी बात है बहुत प्योर हार्ट है,
प्योर
मतलब
हार्ट.
ये
हाँ,
है कि
ट्रू.
इंटेंशन एकदम क्लियर है, जो अभी वो बता रहे
मैम
थे.
शी इज
हेल्पफुल
वेरी
है,
स्वीट ऑल्सो,
एक्टिव है, और नॉलेज तो उनको बहुत कुछ है मैम, कुछ भी और क्रिएटिव है बहुत ज्यादा.
बहुत
अब उनका
क्रिएटिव,
प्रेजेंटेशन
वेरी.
देखेंगे ना मैम, तो हर एक प्रेजेंटेशन में समथिंग न्यू रहेगा, तो बहुत कुछ सीखने मिलता है वो पंजाबी, बट मैम जैनिज्म के लिए भी, और अपने मतलब रियल लाइफ में भी वो जैनिज्म को बहुत फॉलो करती है. एवरी
एंड
टाइम बोलेगी ज्ञानावरणी कर, मेरे अंशाय कर, बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन करती है. वेरी नाइस, वेरी ब्यूटीफुल.
she has a very good intention ki she
Right.
wants to really contribute something good
Yes.
to this
Yes.
entire philosophy. So that is what I like most, ki she has a very good thought and intention about bringing something new to it जो कि हमें नहीं पता है, and we want to explore more on that.
Ma'am, ये subject ऐसा था, I could really share, because like, from an exam point of view, none of this really adds up. But the main intention of doing this course to open up your mind, I think that really helped me. And I learned a lot from other people's presentations also. When I was just observing how, that's when I realized that the main intention was to open your mind, not to become fixed,
Yeah.
not to become. But I'm telling you, one thing I've learned through this subject is I haven't found something as complete as the Jain thought, as holistic as the Jain thought, right? And I want to develop questions which questions it. I want to get to it, So I also asked in class, how do we know? How do we trust there was an omniscient being? How do we know that that exists? And then Achyut sir had a very good explanation that, since we sometimes agree that knowledge increases and knowledge decreases, so then there must be a time when it is completely agyani, completely ज्ञानी, like there is a, वो क्या बोलते हैं, तारतम्य अवस्था होती है जो ज्ञान की, तो वो ऊपर फिर पहुंचती है. So then that is the limit, so I was like, wow, that limitless. So I feel there is a lot, and सिखिज्म में बोलते हैं मैम, एक है अनेक है, अंत में फिर एक है.
हाँ,
हम ये मानते हैं, और हम बोलते हैं कि जैसे हम फ्री विल की भी बात कर लो ना, वो जैसे पवन गुरु, पानी पिता, माता
हम्म,
धरती, ये रिलेशनशिप्स है हमारे. दैट द विंड, ना हम जैनिज्म में भी पढ़ते हैं, द वाटर डज नॉट हैव इट, इट्स नेचर इज टू फ्लो. So this philosophy is also like perennial. It'll just keep flowing. It'll keep changing. It'll keep evolving. It has
yeah.
never been fixed. It changes every moment. But वायु जो है वो डायरेक्शन देती है. उसका एक will है, वो लेके जाती है. Right? So I'm just seeing we have relationships. We are not fixed. We are fluid beings. And we should allow ourselves to evolve. I mean, maybe it'll move into a neo-Jain thought, which will be more inclusive, which will be, I mean, which may be even vegan, maybe vegetarianism. हम सब बोलते रहते हैं इनको वेजिटेरियन बना दिया, उसको. यहाँ पे कोई वीगन नहीं है. और जितनी हिंसा मिल्क को लेके होती है, मिल्क इंडस्ट्री में है, उतनी तो कोई फूड आइटम में नहीं है. जितना मीथेन जनरेट होता है उस इंडस्ट्री से, और इवेंचुअली वही काउस जाते हैं बीफ के लिए, है ना. तो हमने समझा नहीं है अहिंसा को इतना भी. आई सी, if I go to a Diksha ceremony, I see so much trash on the floor when the pura wo chal raha hota hai. I mean, who's going to address it? Right? So somewhere we've become very context free, and we have to become a little more context sensitive. And there is definitely, I'm trying to build a foundation in the core principles and core understanding and practice of Jainism. Abhi, this is very philosophical, but the more time I spend, you know, for example, I've noticed Indira ji, Meenakshi ji, कितना खिलाते हैं. इनको मिल लो तो मतलब इतना खिलाएंगे. ठीक है. और इन सब में चाहे सविता जी, अलका जी, सबका, सुमन जी, they have kids, they have family. Geeta ji, she is so verbal in class, but when she is home, she can't say anything against anything that's happening against an in-law or a, you know, she will slowly suffer it. Ki bhai, this is the norm, right? So I am observing the Jain women also very closely. So those are the things I'm learning, and I'm hoping that this will help them question a little bit. And there are more safer spaces like this where we can talk about these things and maybe take something back. At least our youngsters should be exposed to this way of thinking, you know, because change will happen slowly. But when they become in-laws, they may become a little more open-minded, is the hope. Right? So yeah, I think I'll just rest my case now. Keep
No,
talking.
it was a like एक नया direction you have given कि we have to bring a new thoughts into it. जो अभी नए लोग हैं, youngsters है, वो इसके बारे में अभी तक open up नहीं हुए हैं. और ऐसा ना हो कि ये सब rituals और ये सब में वो बंद के रह जाए. तो they have to start questioning. It's not like you reject all these things, but you understand all these things and then you decide that you have to follow or you have to just let it go. It's all on yourself. So it's बहुत ही अच्छा रहा आई थिंक सिमर जी का प्रेजेंटेशन प्लस जो उन्होंने बताया, इतने सारे पॉइंट ऑफ व्यूज भी रखे. सो दैट वाज आल्सो वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एंड थॉटफुल. एंड आई एम श्योर कि यहाँ पे ऐसा कोई भी नहीं होगा कि सिमर जी की बात से डिसएग्री करता होगा, या कुछ ऐसा है भी तो आप बोल सकते हो. ऐसा नहीं है कि वी आर जस्ट फिक्सिंग एवरीथिंग, ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. We're just trying to inquire into the things, or question कर रहे हैं, whatever it is, we are trying to philosophize. That's the thing, right? तो यहाँ भी अगर किसी को भी कोई बात का बुरा लगा या लगा कि ये चीज तो सही नहीं है, तो आप बोल सकते हो. You are free to speak out. तो अगर if anybody is wrong, we
एक्चुअली
have
वो
that
रियल में
point into
प्रैक्टिकल है. सीमा जी, रियल में प्रैक्टिकल है. हम चीज
हाँ.
बस करते हैं और उसको अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं, वो लाइफ में उसको यूज कर रहे हैं और उसके बारे में क्वेश्चन भी कर रहे हैं. तो रियली प्रैक्टिकल तो सीमा जी है.
Or ma'am, I am also accepting, while I have great respect for the philosophy, I find it difficult to practice fully like the way it is expected to, because I know what I'm doing. I'm aware and I do it. And there is not much control, but things are changing slowly. But मैं इतना बोलूंगी कि हम सबको एक थोड़ा critical way of thinking adopt करना चाहिए. To even say, basically, if we want to be, you know, having the Samyak Darshan, which is, if you see the definition, it has to do with your Shraddha and your conduct, not so much your Gyan, right? It is about your how much you believe in it. So we should be able to justify it. That's why I call myself a Mithyatvi. Right? Because if you go by the definition, wo Shraddha is unwavering, without doubt, that what the Agams are saying is true. Right? So if we are following that, if we want Samyak Drishti, if we want from a Jain point of view to be on the Moksha Marg, we should have answers for that.
Very true. No doubt it was it was a very good platform to discuss all these things, all these ideas, and इतने टाइम बाद सिर्फ बुकिश कॉन्सेप्ट में ही पढ़ना या उसमें विचार करना, इट्स नॉट अवर पॉइंट. वी वांट टू रिफ्लेक्ट मोर आउट ऑफ द सिलेबस भी जाके अगर पढ़ रहे हैं तो अल्टीमेटली इट इज हेल्पिंग अस टू इंक्रीज अवर नॉलेज. इट इज हेल्पिंग अस टू कंट्रीब्यूट टुवर्ड्स द रिसर्च एंड ब्रिंग डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव्स. तो बहुत ही अच्छा रहा ये प्रेजेंटेशन भी आपका, प्लस आपका जो पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू भी था, काफी सोचने वाली बात है. So even I will think on it and we'll discuss more on all these topics, all this.
मैम एक्चुअली है ना, ये
concept.
आपकी क्लास में ही हो पाता है कि आप सबसे इतने अच्छे से क्वेश्चन पूछते हो कि हमारे जो डाउट्स है ना वो सारे क्लियर होने शुरू हो जाते हैं और नए क्वेश्चन अराइज होने लग जाते हैं कि ऐसा क्यों, ऐसा क्यों. तो
ये तो
रियली
बहुत
मैम
अच्छी
बहुत
बात है.
अच्छा
हाँ, ये तो बहुत ही अच्छी बात है कि आप लोग
आपकी क्लास में बहुत अच्छा एंजॉय कर रहे हैं. मतलब रियली बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि कुछ हम पूछ पाते हैं विदाउट हेजिटेशन. डर नहीं लगता है आपसे कोई भी बात पूछने में. ये तो लगता है कैसे पूछे, इसको कैसे बताए, ये पूछ सकते हैं क्या, कोई क्या बोलेगा, कैसे हो जाए.
ये बात तो उन्होंने अच्छी बोली कि आपकी क्लास में डर नहीं लगता. सिंपल. बहुत ही डर है सब
and we
जगह.
are all friendly now. We are just trying to learn more. ऐसा नहीं है कि मुझे सब आता है. मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ मैं बहुत कुछ सीख रही हूँ, आप लोग से भी सीख रही हूँ, सबसे सीख रही हूँ. ओके, तो सब्जेक्ट नॉलेज इज नॉट सफिशिएंट. आपको प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज भी होना चाहिए, जो कि सिमर जी और आप सब लोग मुझे दे रहे हो. प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज, एक्सपीरियंशियल नॉलेज. सो दिस इज अ वेरी गुड थिंग कि हम लोग सब सीख रहे हैं. वी आर ऑल लर्निंग एंड वी आर ग्रोइंग. सो दैट इज द बेस्ट पार्ट. या
मैम हमको लास्ट सेम में भी सेम आपके जैसे मिले थे, पूजा जी मैम,
या सुना मैंने.
साइकोलॉजी के थे वो. उससे भी, उनसे भी हम आपके जैसे खुल के बात करते थे.
अरे वाह.
अरे मैम, वहां पे तो सबके ट्रॉमा, सबके इश्यूज डिस्कस होती थी ओपनली.
Psychology है ही interesting subject.
कार्मिक
हाँ.
काउंसलिंग में था मैम. कार्मिक काउंसलिंग का था, बहुत अच्छा था वो भी. उससे भी हम लोग बहुत अच्छे से डिस्कस करते थे सारी
अरे
बात.
वाह. साइकोलॉजी तो इट्स लाइक कि आप जितना हो सके यू ओपन अप, डोंट लीव द स्पेस, ओपन अप एंड देन यू कैन फाइंड आउट द सॉल्यूशन. सो
नहीं,
इट्स लाइक
एक्चुअली मैम एग्जाम के बाद आप एक ऐसा सेशन लेना जिसमें कि सभी बैठ के बात कर सके, जैसे कर्मास के बारे में, फिर जो भी वेस्टर्न फिलोसफी है उन्होंने, उनके के विचार क्या थे, आप थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन करेंगे, हम अपने क्वेश्चंस पूछेंगे. एक
ओके.
ऐसा सेशन रखिए एग्जाम
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
से फ्री हो जाए फिर.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. आप लोग के पास नॉलेज का भंडार है. अब तो आप लोग मुझे बताओगे, मैं आपसे डाउट्स क्लियर करूंगी अपने.
नहीं मैम, आप जब
मैम आप
देखोगे कि हम
शर्मिंदा कर रहे हो मैम, आप शर्मिंदा कर रहे हो आप हमको.
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं. आप लोग एमए कर रहे हो, आप लोग के पास बहुत नॉलेज है. आप लोग मेरे से ज्यादा पढ़ाई कर
हमारे
रहे हो.
क्वेश्चन सुन के मैम आप थोड़ा सा वो हो जाओगे कि कैसे स्टूडेंट से कैसे कैसे क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं. हम सब लोग एक जैसे ही हैं.
Yes,
हाँ, ये बहुत अच्छा है.
मैम
यूनिटी.
आपको प्रिपेयर होके आना पड़ेगा हमारे लिए.
डाइवर्सिटी. हाँ, बहुत अच्छी बात है. मुझे ये क्लास बहुत अच्छी इसीलिए लगती है कि आप सब में वो क्यूरियोसिटी है, पढ़ने की इच्छा है, प्लस आगे बढ़ने की इच्छा है. तो ये मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. एंड मेरी बेस्ट विशेस है आप सभी को कि आप लोग ऐसे ही करते रहो, रिसर्च भी करो एंड उसमें बहुत अच्छा कंट्रीब्यूट करो आगे जाके.
देखते
ओके, वी आर
हैं
ऑलवेज सपोर्टिंग यू. वी आर ऑलवेज सपोर्टिंग यू.
देखते हैं मैम कैसा रहता है फ्यूचर का, तो अभी कुछ नहीं डिसाइड
नहीं,
करेंगे.
बिल्कुल होगा. आपके पास बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स मिल जाएंगे आसपास. बहुत लोग कर रहे हैं, आप लोग को भी करना ही है.
यस यस मैम.
राइट.
देखते हैं
मैम,
इंस्पिरेशन कैसी रहती है हमारी. पक्का करेंगे.
रिसर्च को भी लेके मैं एक चीज यहाँ शेयर करना चाहती थी. मैं अच्युत सर से बात कर रही थी बिकॉज आई हैव इंटरेस्ट इन मेनी थिंग्स,
या
बट नॉलेज सब चीजों में नहीं है उतनी. इंटरेस्ट है
यस.
तो हमें एक्चुअली रिफ्लेक्ट करना चाहिए कि व्हाट इज इट दैट ड्राइव्स अस, व्हाट इज इट, हमारा इंटरेस्ट जिसमें बहुत ज्यादा है, वो टॉपिक को लेके हमें रिसर्च करना चाहिए, उसमें हम कंट्रीब्यूट भी कर सकेंगे. It could be as a housewife, it could be as a whoever we are, as an educator, as somebody who's, because अभी टॉपिक्स इतने सारे हैं और हमें कुछ थीसिस लिखना है ये वो, और मैं सर को बोल रही हूँ अरे तमिलनाडु में ये स्क्रिप्ट्स हैं, सिमर जी आपको स्क्रिप्ट्स के बारे में कुछ पता है नहीं? कहते हैं सो मतलब इट्स, कहते हैं then if you're attracted to it, see what aspect of it you're attracted to. I mean research can be a very spiritual journey.
मैम
हाँ जी,
क्लास
गॉट द पॉइंट. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, रिसर्च पे भी डिस्कशन करेंगे और सभी पे डिस्कशन करेंगे. ओके, सो आप सभी को ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर योर एग्जाम. मे बी मंडे और ट्यूसडे वी विल बी हैविंग द MCQs, और सभी बेस्ट करने वाले, आई नो दैट.
मैम
मैम
बताने वाले थे कि आपने क्या भेजा, वो आप बताने वाले थे, वो क्लियर नहीं था ब्लड
अब हो गया क्लियर, सबको क्लियर हो गया. आप इंदिरा जी भी क्लियर है इस मैटर में, है ना इंदिरा जी?
मैंने
देखिए,
ज्वाइन नहीं किया था क्या मैम उस
अच्छा.
वक्त आप बता रहे थे तब?
नहीं, वो अपने आप ही उन्होंने सॉल्यूशन देख लिया, मैंने कुछ भी हेल्प नहीं किया, उनको
मैंने
सॉल्यूशन दे
बताया था
चुकी हूँ.
उनको गूगल क्रोम में ओपन करो, हो जाएगा करके.
हो जाएगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है उसमें, आप एक बार ट्राई कीजिए, हो जाएगा.
मैम बट क्वेश्चन MCQ जैसे उधर कम ही बन रहे हैं, मैंने कल पढ़ा था रात को. मुझे तो
कोई नहीं, मैं कर लूंगी वो काम, आप टेंशन मत लीजिए.
वही मैंने
बस
पढ़ा
पढ़
नहीं.
लीजिए अच्छे से.
ठीक है मैम, भाई इजी पेपर बनाइएगा सब टीचर्स के लिए.
हाँ. ओहो, ओके, ठीक है.
मैम याद रहेगी ना पेपर बनाने के टाइम कि हाँ मीनाक्षी जी
हाँ
बोले थे इजी बनाना है करके.
हाँ, मुझे याद रहेगा.
हाँ, क्योंकि हम तो बच्चे हैं सब छोटे में.
हाँ
मैम, कोई
बिल्कुल.
हंसाने वाला भी तो चाहिए. आप पूरे दिन आप भी पढ़ाते रहते हो और हम भी पढ़ते रहते हैं.
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, बहुत अच्छे
मस्ती भी
से, मतलब
चाहिए
स्ट्रेस
मैम,
रिलीफ भी होना चाहिए ना.
मस्ती भी चाहिए.
सबको स्ट्रेस आता है, टीचर्स को. अभी तो आपके एग्जाम के बाद मुझे स्ट्रेस आएगा कि बच्चों ने कैसा किया है, एग्जाम अच्छे से दिया है नहीं दिया है.
उसकी
अभी
चिंता
आप
मत
लोग को
कीजिए
स्ट्रेस है,
मैम.
उसके बाद मुझे स्ट्रेस आएगा, तो स्ट्रेस तो होता ही है.
सही
बट
बात
कोई
है.
नहीं, हम लोग सब अच्छे से कर लेंगे. ओके.
यस
यस मैम.
ओके, देन वी विल क्लोज हियर.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू.
ओके.
थैंक यू सो मच मैम, थैंक यू सो मच.
क्यों मैम?
ओके, थैंक यू. जय जिनेंद्र सभी को.
जय
जय
जिनेंद्र
जिनेंद्र
मैम.
मैम.